In the wild, unforgiving landscape of social media, where one wrong post can turn you from beloved to blocked faster than you can say delete, Pearl Watts decided to throw caution to the wind and serve her followers a piping hot plate of unfiltered truth. What happened next would make even the most seasoned social media veterans clutch their phones in disbelief. Have you ever watched someone light a match in a room full of gasoline? Well, grab your popcorn because Pearl Watts just struck that match, and the explosion that followed has left the internet picking up the pieces of what was once considered a picture-perfect celebrity romance. The drama began brewing on what seemed like an ordinary day in the Pearl Watts universe. Like most celebrities navigating the treacherous waters of public scrutiny, Pearl had grown accustomed to the usual suspects lurking in her comment section, the keyboard warriors, the relationship experts who've never been in a successful relationship themselves, and those mysteriously invested strangers who seem to know more about her love life than she does. But on this particular day, something inside Pearl snapped like a rubber band stretched too far. The comment about Maurice Sam had apparently pushed her beyond her breaking point, and she decided it was time to clean house with the digital equivalent of a flamethrower. With the confidence of someone who had clearly reached her limit, Pearl Watts crafted a post that would make even the boldest social media users think twice. She didn't just address the negativity, she declared all-out war on it. Her message was crystal clear: anyone dropping negative comments about her relationship with Maurice Sam would face immediate banishment from her digital kingdom. But Pearl wasn't stopping there. In a move that surprised even her most loyal followers, she expanded her blocking spree to include not just the commenters themselves, but anyone who had the audacity to hit that little heart button on such comments. It was like watching someone not only burn bridges but also taking out the entire road system while they were at it. The post read like a manifesto from someone who had finally found their voice after years of diplomatic celebrity responses. Pearl wasn't interested in the usual, "thank you for your concern, but please respect my privacy" approach that most public figures default to. Instead, she served up a reality check that was equal parts refreshing and shocking. She essentially told her critics that if they wanted to discuss her business, they should take it to a group chat where she wouldn't have to see their unsolicited opinions polluting her carefully curated social media space. It was the digital equivalent of telling someone to take their drama outside, except the outside in this case was literally anywhere but her comment section. What made Pearl's declaration even more striking was how it contrasted with the typical celebrity damage control playbook. Most public figures dance around controversy like they're performing ballet on thin ice, carefully choosing words that won't offend anyone while saying absolutely nothing of substance. Pearl, however, decided to tap dance on that thin ice wearing steel-toed boots. She wasn't just addressing the comments, she was drawing battle lines and daring people to cross them. It was the kind of bold move that makes you simultaneously admire someone's courage and question their social media strategy. The internet, being the internet, immediately went into overdrive analyzing every word, punctuation mark, and emoji in Pearl's post. Screenshots began circulating faster than gossip at a high school reunion, with everyone wanting to capture this moment of unfiltered celebrity authenticity before it potentially disappeared. The post was dissected, analyzed, and shared across platforms as people marveled at the sheer audacity of someone actually saying what most celebrities probably think but would never dare to voice publicly. It was like watching someone finally tell their annoying coworker exactly what they thought of their constant microwave fish lunches, shocking, satisfying, and slightly uncomfortable all at once. But the real plot twist was yet to come. While Pearl was busy wielding her blocking button like a medieval knight brandishing a sword, Maurice Sam was apparently watching from the sidelines, and what he saw didn't seem to sit well with him. In a move that sent shockwaves through their fan base, Maurice Sam decided to take the most dramatic action possible in the social media age. He blocked and unfollowed Pearl Watts. Not just unfollowed, mind you, but blocked, which in social media terms is the equivalent of not just slamming the door but also changing the locks and pretending the person never existed. The blocking incident wasn't just a simple click of a button, it was a digital declaration of war that spoke volumes without saying a single word. When Maurice Sam blocked Pearl, he essentially erased her from his social media existence. Her posts, her stories, her very presence online became invisible to him, as if she had been digitally exorcised from his virtual world. For someone who had presumably been an important part of his life, this level of social media excommunication suggested that Paul's post had struck a nerve deeper than anyone could have anticipated. The timing of Maurice's retaliation couldn't have been more perfectly dramatic if it had been scripted by a soap opera writer. It came swiftly after Paul's bold declaration, suggesting that her public stance on defending their relationship had somehow backfired spectacularly. It was like watching someone try to put out a small fire only to accidentally douse it with gasoline instead of water. The very post that was meant to protect their relationship from outside interference had apparently created a rift that was now playing out for all the world to see. Social media detectives immediately went to work, gathering evidence and documenting the fallout with the dedication of crime scene investigators. Screenshots proving the authenticity of both Pearl's original post and Maurice's subsequent blocking spree circulated like wildfire. These digital receipts became the foundation for countless theories about what had really transpired behind the scenes. The evidence was undeniable. What had started as Pearl's attempt to silence critics had somehow evolved into Maurice silencing Pearl herself. The irony of the situation wasn't lost on observers who pointed out that Pearl's effort to block out negativity had seemingly created the biggest negative situation of all. She had set out to protect her relationship from external criticism, but in doing so, she may have inadvertently damaged it from within. It was like trying to shield a plant from too much sunlight only to accidentally uproot it in the process. The very tool she had used to defend their connection, her unfiltered honesty and protective instincts, appeared to have become the weapon that wounded it. As news of the blocking incident spread, fans found themselves in the uncomfortable position of witnessing what appeared to be a relationship imploding in real time. The comment sections that Pearl had worked so hard to clean up became battlegrounds of speculation, with supporters divided between Team Pearl and Team Maurice. Some applauded Pearl for finally standing up for herself and refusing to tolerate disrespect, while others criticized her approach as too aggressive and potentially damaging to the very relationship she was trying to protect. The phrase, "trouble in paradise," began trending as people struggled to make sense of how a seemingly perfect celebrity couple had gone from social media goals to social media casualties in the span of what felt like a few dramatic hours. The relationship that had once been held up as an example of modern love had become a cautionary tale about the dangers of mixing personal relationships with public declarations. It was like watching a romantic comedy suddenly turn into a thriller, with everyone holding their breath to see how it would end. Maurice's silence throughout the ordeal spoke louder than any statement he could have released. His decision to communicate through blocking rather than words suggested a level of hurt or frustration that went beyond what could be addressed in a simple social media post. The man who had presumably been the inspiration for Pearl's protective stance had become its casualty, leaving everyone wondering what conversations were happening behind the scenes that the public would never be privy to. The situation raised uncomfortable questions about the intersection of private relationships and public personas. Had Pearl's public declaration crossed a line that Maurice felt she shouldn't have crossed? Was her protective stance seen as overstepping boundaries, or was there something deeper at play that the public wasn't seeing? The blocking suggested that whatever conversations had taken place privately hadn't gone well, and that Maurice's solution was to create as much distance as possible, both digitally and presumably personally. Pearl's bold move had inadvertently created a masterclass in how social media can amplify relationship issues rather than resolve them. Her attempt to control the narrative around their relationship had seemingly given Maurice a reason to question whether he wanted to be part of that narrative at all. It was a harsh reminder that sometimes the very actions we take to protect something precious can end up being the actions that push it away. The aftermath left both celebrities dealing with the public fallout of what had clearly become a private matter spiraling out of control. Pearl's comment section, which she had worked so hard to curate, became a flood of questions, theories, and opinions about the blocking incident. The negativity she had tried to eliminate had been replaced by a different kind of negativity, one centered around the apparent dissolution of her relationship with Maurice. For fans who had invested emotionally in their relationship, the blocking incident felt like a betrayal of the image they had been presented with. The couple, who had seemed so solid, so perfect, so worthy of admiration, had apparently been dealing with issues that their social media presence had carefully concealed. It was a reminder that the highlight reels we see online rarely tell the complete story of anyone's reality. The drama surrounding Pearl Watts and Maurice Sam has become more than just celebrity gossip. It's evolved into a cautionary tale about the power of social media to both create and destroy relationships. Their story serves as a reminder that sometimes the loudest declarations of love and protection can inadvertently become the quietest endings to what once seemed like forever. What do you think? Did Pearl Watts go too far with her blocking spree, or was Maurice Sam wrong to react so dramatically? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, but maybe keep them positive, because apparently, we are all learning that words have consequences in the digital age. And don't forget to follow for more celebrity drama that'll make your own relationship problems seem like a walk in the park.